Hey guys, and welcome to the start of a new Steam holiday sale. Like a lot of YouTubers, I'm going to be doing a quick video every day to highlight what I think are the best deals of the sale, especially with respect to indie games. So without further ado, let's get started because time is actually of the essence here. Today's most noteworthy sales are on two of the biggest AAA games of the year, Borderlands 2 and Hitman Absolution, which are both half off at $30 and $25 respectively. When it comes to Borderlands 2, you've probably already made up your mind as to whether or not that's up your alley, but Hitman Absolution divided critics and fans of the series upon its release as a result of its divergence from the successful formula that made Blood Money so engaging for a lot of people. For what it's worth, I found Absolution to be one of the standout games this fall and would definitely recommend it at its reduced price, but keep in mind that your mileage may vary based on your attachment to previous games in the series. Provided you don't live in Europe, Scribblenauts Unlimited is $20 today, which represents a 33% savings versus its normal price. It should come as no surprise that I like this game a lot, and I thought it was well worth its full price, so even though the savings are a little meager here, I still think this is a good deal. If you're a fan of the franchise that was waiting for some extra incentive to pick it up, this might be your chance, although those willing to wait a little bit longer will almost certainly be able to snag a better deal either later in this sale or in a future one down the line. If you're watching this quickly enough, you might actually be able to catch Natural Selection 2 for just $10 in a brief flash sale. I can't stress enough that if you're a fan of multiplayer shooters, you should absolutely buy this game now that it's 60% off. It's my favorite multiplayer game of the year and requires a level of teamwork, communication, and strategy that I've rarely seen in online shooters. Seriously, I cannot recommend this enough. Go check it out, and if you like what you see, absolutely buy it. There's two other flash sales I also found intriguing. The first is Intrusion II, which is a run-and-gun action game not unlike Contra. I liked it decently enough when I played it earlier this year, and it's certainly a more attractive option now that it's 66% off and only requires a $3.40 investment, so fans of the genre might be interested in picking this up at its reduced rate. The other interesting one is War of the Roses, which is 50% off and selling for $15 today. War of the Roses is an interesting but highly unpolished medieval combat game that was, quite frankly, priced beyond its worth at $30. Mount and Blade fans, or those looking to take a chance on an unfamiliar and interesting genre, are much more likely to get their money's worth at this reduced price, although take my recommendation with a grain of salt, as I haven't really spent a lot of time with this fall's other medieval combat game, Chivalry, which may very well be better. On the indie side, there's some decent deals to be found today, and some of them actually stretch for the duration of the holiday sale, so you don't need to worry about the timeliness with these ones. Sale favorite World of Goo is only $2.50, a quarter of its original price, and it's really a must-play if you've somehow managed to avoid it this long. Ambient adventure game Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery EP wasn't everybody's cup of tea, but it's only $3 today instead of $8, which might be enough to pique your attention, especially if you're interested in a game with a truly fantastic soundtrack. I think Braid is a steal at $5 since it's one of my favorite games of all time, but it's worth noting that it has a history of going even lower in sales, so holding off a few days might save you a couple of bucks you can spend on something else. Finally, if you're completely new to the world of indie gaming and you've got some cash to burn, you can drop $70 on the Indie Super Mega Pack and pick up 30 games including several hallmarks of the genre like Amnesia, Bastion, Mark of the Ninja, Super Meat Boy, Terraria, and Trine 2. All told, this bundle represents over $125 in savings versus buying the games individually at their current sale prices, and it's probably the easiest way to get a primer for PC indie gaming during the sale. Overall, you could easily get hundreds of hours out of these games in total. However, I must warn you that there are a few stinkers in the bunch, and truth be told, if you paid close attention during the duration of the sale, you could probably pick up most of the games you're interested in from the bundle and still not spend as much cash overall. But the fact remains that this is an excellent pack if you're looking for a whole heap of mostly great PC indie titles. That's gonna do it for my recap of day one of the Steam holiday sale. Remember, if I didn't mention a game, that doesn't mean that I think the game is bad. It could also mean I'm just unfamiliar with it, or I think that the deal at present is unremarkable. As always, I encourage you to do more research from other sources to finalize your purchasing decisions. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.